Or maybe a warden emeritus. I'm not sure exactly what my status is here. Past warden here at Holy Trinity. As we gather to remember the Bev and the others who died, we also commit ourselves in their memory to struggle for safe and affordable housing. And I wanted to bring you news from Geneva in Switzerland. This is the advanced, unedited version of a United Nations report that's going to the Government of Canada. This report speaks directly to the people whose names are there, and the people who've died, and those of us that are gathered here today. What they remind Canada is that it's not merely something nice to do to have housing for homeless people. It's not merely something that's the morally right thing to do to have housing for homeless, but it's actually the law. It's international law, and Canada is in breach of its international legal, the treaties that it's signed. So this report, which runs to 11 pages, reminds Canada in a great amount of detail about all of the violations that Canada has made. Today is International Women's Day, and this report reminds Canada that its record in terms of recognizing the issues and challenges facing women, whether it's women who are missing and murdered, Indigenous women who are missing and murdered, or other women, Canada's record is appalling, and it's far below the international standard. It talks about housing and homelessness, and reminds the federal government that Canada's record is below the accepted national standard, international standard.
Typical.
It also says something, some of you will remember last year and the year before and the year before that, for several years, many of us were involved in a lawsuit against the federal government under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The Charter says every Canadian has the right to life, and of course in order to live, as we know from our homeless memorial, you need a home. You need a home to live in. That's basic for the right to life. And we went to court, and the federal government managed through a series of procedural maneuvering over several years to get the case dismissed before it could even be heard. And that was shocking and appalling. And the United Nations has said Canada is in breach, not even allowing people to go to court to claim their rights is a breach of international human rights. So this is a strong, a powerful report. It's an indictment of Canada, and it comes less than 2 weeks before the federal government releases its budget for the coming year. Now, Canada has a chance in the budget to actually set right some of the wrongs that are outlined in the report from Geneva. It has the opportunity to make a substantial down payment on a national housing plan. And we're looking for a couple of $2 billion, which is a lot of money for most of you and for me too, but it's not a lot of money for the federal government. We're looking for $2 billion as a start in this federal budget, and then to build from there. So stay tuned. Now, I also want to say that just acknowledge Councillor Mary Margaret Mann, who is just over here from Toronto City Council, because as we've heard already, it's not just the people up in Parliament that have a responsibility to ensure that Canada is in compliance with its international obligations. It's our provincial and territorial governments, it's our municipal governments, our elected representatives. And Councillor McMahon, I just want to say thank you for the work you did and the leadership in terms of the shelter in Leslieville. We know that there are still hateful people in this city who say that they don't want people who are not housed to be living in housing in their or shelters in their community. And Councillor Mann led a very important campaign around that. It's not going to be the last campaign because we need more shelters. It's going to be the first of many campaigns, and it's a success and it's a model. So thank you very much for your political leadership on that. And when the federal government delivers on its international obligations, when it puts the billions of dollars, the UN says that it is due in order to meet its international legal obligations, then Councillor McMahon and other councillors are going to get that money out the door and ensure that shelters are improved and upgraded and that housing is provided so that we no longer have the scourge of homelessness, and this memorial can become a historical event that we think back then people actually died. Thank you very much. It's a secret. I'll try and I'll post the links. Okay, I'll give it to Keith, because Keith look on the Holy Trinity Homeless Memorial website, and the link will be there. I'll share it with you.
Woo!